Matt Taylor is a problem. He doesn't fit in, he doesn't follow the rules, and he certainly doesn't care what you think about it. In a world that prizes conformity, Matt Taylor is an anomaly. He is a nonconformist. From a young age, Matt challenged expectations. He questioned everything. He refused to accept simple answers. This tendency to push back against the norm made him a target. Teachers found him disruptive. Peers found him strange. Matt Taylor, it seemed, was destined to be an outsider. But Matt's inability to conform wasn't a flaw. It was a strength. It was the very thing that would allow him to see the world differently. It was the thing that would allow him to challenge the status quo. And it was the thing that would ultimately make him successful. Nonconformity is often seen as a negative trait. It is associated with rebellion, disobedience, and a lack of respect for authority. But nonconformity is also the engine of progress. It is the force that drives innovation, creativity, and social change. Think about some of the greatest minds in history: Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, Martin Luther King Jr. These were not people who blindly followed the rules. They were people who dared to think differently. They were people who challenged the status quo. And in doing so, they changed the world. Nonconformity is not about being different for the sake of being different. It's about having the courage to be yourself. It's about standing up for what you believe in, even when it's unpopular. And it's about being willing to take risks, even if it means failing. Matt's journey through life was marked by his unwillingness to conform. In school, he challenged teachers who relied on rote memorization and outdated methods. In the workplace, he questioned inefficient processes and advocated for new ways of doing things. And in his personal life, he refused to let societal expectations dictate his choices. Matt's nonconformity often led to conflict. He was passed over for promotions. He was ostracized by colleagues, and he was even fired from a job for refusing to compromise his principles. But through it all, Matt remained true to himself. He refused to let the fear of rejection or the allure of conformity dim his light. Matt's story is a reminder that the path less traveled is often the more difficult one. But it is also the path that leads to the most rewarding destinations. When we embrace our individuality and have the courage to be ourselves, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We live in a world that is increasingly obsessed with conformity. From the clothes we wear to the opinions we hold, we are constantly being pressured to fit in. But conformity comes at a cost. It stifles creativity, it limits innovation, and it prevents us from reaching our full potential. It's time to reframe how we view nonconformity. Instead of seeing it as a problem, we need to see it as an asset. We need to create spaces where people feel safe to be themselves, to challenge the status quo, and to think differently. We need to celebrate the innovators, the disruptors, and the change makers. The future belongs to those who are willing to stand out from the crowd. It belongs to those who are willing to challenge the status quo. It belongs to the Matt Taylors of the world.